Hi, this is Gina. I'm back at Tower Bridge in the evening. It's a special occasion. First of all, you can see two crowns on top of the bridge. And before, the bridge was actually lit up in purple in honor of the late Queen. But we have a special treat because the lock was opened a little while ago and all the boats have come in. The lock leading to St. Katharine Docks. Look at all the boats. They're waiting for the water level to rise, and then they will open the other end of the lock, and then the boats will all float out to their individual moorings in the docks in St. Katharine's Docks, the two basins. I thought I'd show you the boats a little bit more. Such a happy sight. Many have sort of fairy lights all around them. Here, you can see them here especially. And then, of course, Tower Bridge. What a sight! Amazing! And then next to Tower Bridge, in front of us here, is the Tower Hotel. And in my previous video, I was explaining that I used to treat the Tower Hotel as my sort of continental cafe when I lived not far from here. And on the first floor, when you came up the stairs, to go to the lounge where you could have coffee or tea and cake, there was a picture at the top of the stairs, a bird's eye view of London. Over 100 years ago it was painted from a hot air balloon. Can you imagine? Quite a big picture. And when they refurbished the hotel, of course they took all the pictures down. And then when they reopened the hotel after the refurbishment, I went back to look for my picture, but it had gone, it hadn't been put back. And I was wondering, how come such a special picture and they didn't put it back? And then a few years later, I was walking down the high street in Hampton Wicks, and I came past a picture gallery, and in the window was my picture on some easels displayed in the window. I was so amazed. It was a weekend, so I took the phone number and phoned them on Monday and asked them if the picture was for sale. But it wasn't. But it was nice to see it again. I wonder if anybody knows where the picture is. Please send me something in the comment section about it. Anyway, it's a September evening. It's quite chilly. It was a glorious day during the day, but now it's quite chilly and quite windy, and it could affect the sound quality. The wind could affect the sound quality, but we have a very special occasion, special treat, seeing all these boats here. Doesn't happen very often. I presume it must happen perhaps twice a day, maybe in the morning and in the evening. So now the barriers are going to be opened and all the boats will go out. But it will take a little while. Maybe I just show you. They're beginning to open. I'll go back. They're probably going, I think the barrier will just fold down into the water. Or is it sliding to the right? I think it's sliding to the right. It must be sliding to the right under the pavement. Such fun. It's tipping. It is tipping. So it's not sliding under the pavement. The barrier is tipping. But it's also sliding to the right. So it's doing both. But it's more tipping than sliding to the right. And then all these boats will go through to their moorings in St. Katharine Docks. Let me see, I'll go to the other side. We could see them coming through then. It is very windy. I do hope the wind is not creating too much of a noise. You see, they've blocked the bridge here, which is normally open, and this is the bridge I used to drive across, but these days you're not allowed to drive across. You're just allowed to walk across, and you can see the bridge is opening up. Here's a side view, but it's a little bit dark, so you can't really see it. But the bridge is opening up. So the barrier is going down under the water, and then the bridge is opening up. How interesting. And here we've got the first basin of St. Katharine Docks. This restaurant is obviously not open now because it's an open air restaurant with a canopy, and it's too chilly now to sit outside. But there are lots of restaurants on the other side of the basin. So now the boats have been invited to go when they're ready. I've just heard the announcement. And there is the Dickens Inn in the background, all lit up. Wonderful Dickens Inn. The pub is not so noisy now because it's too chilly for people to sit outside. A few people still sit there, and they have some heaters as well. But there are not as many as usual sitting outside. It's beautifully lit up. The pub is on the raised ground floor, and then on the first and second floor they're the restaurants, and the restaurants have balconies so you can sit outside. I've spotted some people sitting on the balcony of the first floor restaurant. So there's the Dickens Inn, not as noisy as last time. And then to the right there is this barn. You can't see it very well in the dark, but maybe you can see the pitched roof and the lights underneath, and I think you can hire that for private functions. Weddings, anniversaries, Christmas parties. What a magic place this neighbourhood is, and it's central London. Unbelievable. And there's the second basin in front of us. And on the other side, the blocks of flats. You can see the penthouses at the top. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 penthouses, but only 2 lit up. And also here the bridge is closed. The pedestrian bridge is closed because they've opened it for the boats to go through. And there I can see one boat in the distance. It has just come through. There are other boats coming through now. We've got a good view from here. There's another one coming out. Maybe I'll get a little bit closer to show you. And as I mentioned in my previous video, you can easily get to St. Katharine's Dock and Tower Bridge by tube. Tower Hill tube station is just 5 minutes walk from here. And the tower is on one side of Tower Bridge, and on the other side is the Tower Hotel and St. Katharine's Docks. I've come by tube. These days I live a little bit further out, so I drove my car to a Piccadilly line tube station and parked it there, and then took the tube. Oops, I almost fell, sorry. There was an uneven stone. Okay, I'm going to walk a little bit faster so we can see the boats coming through into St. Katharine's Dock, into the first basin. Boats and water, how much we all love that, don't we? So there's one boat making its way through the basin very slowly. Let's see. Here's another one. It's a little bit dark. It hasn't got fairy lights. The other one has lots of lights. You can only see the outline of the boat because of the lights. Let me see if I change position and go somewhere closer. Oh wow, there's this boat all lit up with lots and lots of fairy lights. 2 boats. Let's see. Try to get a little bit closer still. Yes, now I'm right next to the lock. This is where the barrier was in front of us. What a lovely sight. I suppose this is not easy because they mustn't bump into each other. So to negotiate their way must be quite an expert's job, not just anybody's. Because they can't just easily put the brakes on, like in a car. This one is going backwards because the one in front is going backwards. And this is the last boat. No, there's another one coming. So there are lots of bridges that are open at the moment. More than I realized would open. Here one, we're standing under this bridge I used to drive over. Then we can see a bridge just a little bit further down. You can see the lights. Then there's a bridge to the right, which we saw earlier. And of course, then there was a bridge here, which is now closed. Right next to the River Thames. What a treat, an absolute treat. to see all of this.
I don't know why I always get the worst questions. I'm Spanish. Fuck that.
Come on, guys, hurry up, come on.
Wow. He wants them to move on. Wow. He's in a foul mood. He slammed the door after shouting at them. Oh, how funny. Here we are all thinking how wonderful and tranquil this is. And he's getting angry.
Clear the lockgate as quick as you can. Oh, what if they move? Yeah, I know. Port side 2, does that mean I've got pontoon to myself or I'm alongside the other boats? Yeah, you're alongside port 2. Alongside port 2? Yeah.
Such fun. And now here we are back at Tower Bridge. One last view and then I'll say goodbye. And if you like this video, please click on subscribe so I can share more videos with you in the future. I enjoyed my excursion and I really loved sharing it with you. I do hope you will enjoy it too. Bye for now. Just one last glimpse of the Thames. I'm now standing on the bridge that was opened earlier. So a last glimpse of the Thames at night. What a sight.
Huh?
Isn't London beautiful? I love it. Bye.